Hey, before you can discredit the Necronomicon, before you can say that the contents of the Necronomicon are a hoax, before you can say that the Necronomicon is useless, you must know the content of the Necronomicon itself. And apparently, the individuals that claim that the book is a hoax are not knowledgeable of the contents of the book. They think of the ancient ones and the old ones, and they immediately think of H.P. Lovecraft and the Cthulhu mythos, simply because Cthulhu is a figure inside of the Simon translation of the Necronomicon. But Cthulhu is definitely not the star of that text in entirety. In fact, in entirety, the star of that text is known as Tiamat. But that's neither here nor there. So I'll get back to what's important. The fact that there are people out there, there are individuals out there that are quick to discredit the Necronomicon, and they aren't aware that the deities mentioned in the Necronomicon are in fact real deities. You know, they only think of H.P. Lovecraft, but they do not think of the ancient Mesopotamian legends and myths and cultures, governments that these deities were taken from, or borrowed from. You know, they borrowed ideas from these deities. Pazuzu was in the Exorcist movie. Multiple installations of that movie, Pazuzu. And you'll see the statue of Pazuzu multiple times in multiple installations of that movie. Hamwawa was known to be a giant figure in the Epic of Gilgamesh. And Gilgamesh allegedly slayed him. But of course, Gilgamesh was a man, and in the poem he was seeking immortality he did not find. Whilst Hamwawa has an immortal spirit, and Hamwawa is the brother of Pazuzu. That's also mentioned inside of the Necronomicon. But that's neither here nor there. Because for you to say that the content of the Necronomicon is false is for you to say that the beliefs of entire civilizations of peoples were false. So I recommend that you do your own research before you are quick to discredit the beliefs of others. Because, I stick my face in a few videos, and I notice everything that's going on, and it's crazy. It's actually sad, you know. of you guys are trolls. You know, that's sad. Let the goats get to the other side. They want to be with Shub Nigra. Anyway, Ishtar was the lady of the goddess of fertility. She had been unlucky in love after being rejected by Gilgamesh. Ishtar became depressed and decided she would descend into the underworld to be with Tammuz. And if you type in Ishtar's descent in your Google search bar, you will see that objectively you will see it. And that's Ishtar's descent. And the Necronomicon explains that Ishtar is an island. Let's see. I have a rather old copy. Um, and I'll read from you. Well, I'll read from this book. The goddess of Venus is the most excellent queen in Anna, called of the Babylonians Ishtar. She is the goddess of passion, both of love and of war, depending upon her sign and the time of her appearance in the heavens. She appears as the most beautiful lady in the company of lions and partakes of a subtle astral nature with the moon god Nana. The number of the Nana is 15. Also, a significant number if you look for your character card. And the Necronomicon, somewhere within these pages, more connection. Magan text, the fourth portion of the Magan text, it speaks on the sleep of Ishtar, which actually is Ishtar's descent into the underworld. And I'll read a few lines. Of the sleep of Ishtar, yet Ishtar, queen of heaven, bright light of nights, mistress of the gods, set her mind in that direction. From above she set her mind, to below she set her mind. From the heavens she set forth to the abyss, out of the gates of the living to enter the gates of death. Out of the lands we know into the lands we know not, to the land of no return, to the land of Queen Ereshkigal. Ishtar, queen of heavens, she set her mind. Ishtar, daughter of sin, she set forth. To the black earth, the land of Kutha, she set forth. To the house of no return, she set her foot. Upon the road whence none return, she set her foot. To the cave, forever unlit, where bowls of clay are heaped upon the altar, where bowls of dust are the food of residents clothed only in wings. To Apsu, Ishtar set forth. Where sleeps the dread Cthulhu, Ishtar set forth. The watcher stood fast. The watcher, Ningizida, stood fast. And That's as much as I'll read from Ishtar's descent. Again, if you type in Ishtar's descent in Google, you'll see that Ishtar was the lady of the goddess of fertility. She had been unlucky in love after being rejected by Gilgamesh. Ishtar became depressed and decided she would descend into the underworld to be with Tammuz. And now that I'm thinking about saying this, I will. The beginning of that portion of